Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Harini and today's book summary is about Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book gives great insight into the human psychology and how we can leverage our habits to have a great life. This book is for people who are willing to form new habits but find it difficult to sustain in the long term, people who want to break their bad habits, people who are looking for ways to increase their productivity in their day to day life by taking small steps. The habits compound. The author says that many people quit making efforts towards what they want because they don't see any visible results quickly after they perform their part. The key is consistency. The more you perform a task, the better you get at it over time. The lesser the effort it takes to sustain that growth. Our efforts are never given quick rewards because the rewards are stored till our efforts reach the plateau of latent potential, which says that our efforts are magnified with time to produce the results. For instance, the tree never falls by the last hit. Every single hit has its own part and every effort is stored. It's the nature of compounding that every outcome is delayed. Habits need to persist long enough to break through the plateau. We need to focus on building systems rather than setting goals. The mere setting of goals is a trap. For example, both winners and losers set goals. How are they different? Goals keep us trapped in running from one goal to the other without satisfaction. However, the process can only be enjoyed with systems. Focus on identity based habits. You should focus on changing your identity when it comes to changing your behavior. Behavior that is incoherent with the self will not last. You may want money, but if your identity is someone who consumes rather than creates, you'll continue to be pulled towards spending rather than earning. Habits linked to with identity is ultimate form of intrinsic motivation. For example, the goal is not to read a book, it is to become a reader. The goal is not to run a marathon, the goal is actually to become a runner. How to create a good identity and change bad ones. Your identity is reinforced by repeated behavior, that is, habits. Decide on the type of person you want to be. Prove it to yourself with small wins. The 4 laws of behavior change. The author explained a simple set of rules which we can follow to create good habits or to break the bad ones. Surprising insight about habits is that we don't need to be aware of the cue for a habit to begin. You notice an opportunity and take action without dedicating conscious attention to it. This is what makes habit useful. The first law is to make it obvious. To form habits, it's very important to make cues for new habits easy to notice for you, and the opposite is true in case you are trying to break a bad habit. Implementation intention strategy gives you cues to trigger a habit which comes in wide variety of forms in touch, feel, and smell. Habit stacking strategy. The author explains how every series of action which we perform unconsciously is our day-to-day life is nothing more than a chain of habits wherein each habit is linked with another by cue. Example, going to the bathroom leads to washing and drying your hands, which reminds you that you need to put the dirty towels in the laundry. We can leverage that for new habits. Another example is when I see a set of stairs, I will take them instead of using the elevator. This will get into the habit of moving more and achieving your fitness goals. Motivation is overrated. Focus on building the right environment. People often choose products not because of what they are, but because of where they are. For instance, if I walked into the kitchen and saw a huge plate of cookies on the counter, I am most probable to pick them up and start eating. So, the more obviously available a product or service is, the more likely you will try it. Use that as leverage to remove any temptation that could hinder your new habit. The second law is to make it attractive. In order to make your behavior a habit, it's very important to make craving for the behavior irresistible. Temptation building to make habits more attractive is one of your best bets to build a new habit. For example, you make a promise to yourself that you will call at least 5 clients before checking on your social media. This will give you a great reward at the end of the effort you need to do instead of what you want to do. The third law is to make it easy. Our behaviors are results of repeated behavior over time. First, it's hard to make a habit, then it becomes easier as we keep moving. Then a time comes when the habit becomes more or less automatic rather than a conscious effort. Therefore, make it easy before it becomes automatic. For example, if you're trying to build a habit of meditation, make it easy. Just a 2-minute effort the minute you get out of bed is better than no meditation at all. The fourth law is to make it satisfying. We are more likely to repeat a behavior when the experience is satisfying because the feeling of pleasure, even a minor one, instructs your brain it feels good to do this again next time. Pleasure teaches our brain that the behavior is worth remembering and repeating, and vice versa. The same model works for breaking bad habits. Just do the opposite. Make it invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. The best quote from the book, which I'm going to remember for a long time, is every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. So, vote for yourself and an extraordinary life. And that was the summary of Atomic Habits by James Clear. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time in another one. Please like and comment and also subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Good luck.